What's good, YouTube? It's your girl Brinks.
What's up, y'all? It's Vern. How y'all doing?
And TK.
Shake it up, little man.
Oh, God.
Huh?
And today we are coming to y'all with a It reaction. We promised it to y'all last week. We didn't get to record it last week. So we're recording it this week along with some other videos. So we're going to try to put ourselves on the schedule, y'all. So y'all should expect videos from us Monday and Fridays, possibly Sundays, but we don't want to put that in the works right now or guarantee it, and then we don't produce it.
Not to mention that we just started, so we're trying to get a feel for how we're going to make all this work, because keep in mind that we are beginners. We're not professionals. Not yet, but we're going to get there. If you want it, you ask for it, we will provide. You just got to give us time. You learn, but we will provide.
Why do you have to say it like that?
Hey, man. Why do you got to do the things that you do?
Anyways, y'all, let's get on to this reaction. Alright, y'all, so I called it a reaction when in reality it's really like a It 2 Chapter 2 review. So, I'm gonna go first on your thoughts.
So when it comes to the It Chapter 2 movie, like, it bothered me in some cases that they were picking on a guy that was at a carnival, right? And they picked on him because the dude, like, he was different. He wasn't like everybody else, for one. And they exploited, really, T? Really? You just gonna take the camera? I know you handsome and all, but you just gonna take the camera. Like, so you just saying that daddy ugly, though? Really?
Sir.
Really? Really?
What? Sir. That's gonna be it.
Okay, so like Pennywise, I'm sorry, yeah, how can I put it? Doggone it. So Pennywise is known to have influence over everybody, right? He's known to have powers to make you see and make you react to certain things the way that he wants you to. And he purposely made the community, or at least these group of guys that was at this carnival, pick on this gay couple just because he was hungry. He wanted somebody to eat.
He didn't necessarily make them pick on him. They were bullies anyway.
I mean, yeah, they was bullies, but in other words, they picked on their fears, or he picked on their fears. I guess the bullies' fear was gay people, and gay people, their fears are more like, what does people think of them? The one thing I didn't really care for as much was the way the death scenes happened, because they were a little too brutal for my liking. I don't believe that a horror movie should brutally murder kids the way that they did in this movie. Although I understand the creature, I understand why he picks on kids, I understand why he does what he does. I get it. But I like horror movies. I like thrillers. I like suspense. I like all that, right? But the one thing I cannot stand is to see a kid get hurt. I can't stand that. I don't like it. Really, sir? And that's TK getting mad because he can't get up here and be in the video. Sorry. No. Anywho, overall, I liked it. It was very good acting. Bill Skarsgård, who played Pennywise, he's a phenomenal actor, and the way he got the character it was amazing. But even he said that it was a little too much for him, and that he scared the kids on set, but because he knew he was at work, that he was, playing that role, he had to take it serious. But he said that after the fact, he apologized to all the kids because he really didn't mean to scare them. And it's crazy when an actor is that good and he scares the kids on set. T. You just gonna knock the camera out of my hand. That's good acting. Anyway, here's Wifey. What does Wifey think about it? Because she was getting scared.
I wasn't getting scared. He was getting scared. I never get scared in scary movies.
But yeah, she was the one that was
Scary
jumping.
movies are my forte. But my take on it, Chapter 2. Overall, I'm a huge Stephen King fan.
Stephen who?
Stephen King fan.
Stephen King.
I'm a huge Stephen
King?
King fan, you guys. So a couple of my favorites is Thinner, Rose Red.
I never heard of no movie Rose Red. Or was that a book?
No, it was a movie.
Still ain't never heard of it.
Oh gosh, she's so annoying.
I heard of Rose.
Anyways, y'all, like I was a huge fan of the first movie. I did notice quite a few similarities, quite a few differences in the movies. They made this Pennywise more brutal, kind of more scary, but he was actually a little bit more humorous than the original clown as well. To me anyway, it's like certain things that he did just made you laugh. It didn't kind of make you scared, so it kind of tied the movie together.
Sadistic.
Yes.
Very sadistic.
It gave you that type of feel. And if you guys do not want any spoiler alerts, I suggest you do not watch this and stop watching it right here, because I'm about to spill some tea.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, she will. She's known for spilling the beans, so I'm letting you know.
Shut up, man. So, the first death scene, as you guys probably have seen in like the trailer, is Pennywise reaching out to get the guy that the gay guy that they just threw over like the bridge. So the guy,
like the bridge, it was the bridge.
Whatever. So like he was beat up like really, really bad because he was gay, which is unacceptable, but bullies do that in today's time as well. And then they threw him over while his boyfriend watched, which was another thing, like, because he wanted to save him, but he couldn't. So the guy's still alive, surprisingly, and he's floating. But as he's floating, you see Pennywise in the distance reaching out his hand to get him.
And those yellow glowy eyes, boy.
Yes. Woo! And so his boyfriend, who tries to find him after the bullies run off, goes up under the bridge and sees the clown. And all of a sudden, the clown has his boyfriend in both hands and takes a bite out of his side like it was a pork chop.
Yeah, it looked like he was just starving, like he was super hungry, like he just found a happy meal and was like, "Ooh, my way."
I'm done. One of the questions I had about this scene in general, though, was he's supposed to attract children in general. It's like, was he that hungry over the years trying to come back that he settled for like a teen? Because that was what he could get at that time. Also,
he was a grown man. He wasn't even a teenager.
Yeah, he was kind of, but he was at a carnival.
I mean, true, but grown people go to carnivals.
Yeah, but not to actually play games and stuff. They go there to take their kids.
Nah, grown people go to carnivals to play games too, to get on the Ferris wheel, just to spend time, just to feel like you're young again. People do that. And if you don't believe me, ask YouTube. Ask people on your Facebook.
Whatever. What do y'all think, YouTube? But I'm about to get into the second death scene as well.
I'm gonna let you go in on that.
So, the second and third death scenes were more of the heartbreaking ones, so to say. I want to say the second, no, they're pretty much to me equally sad, because like this little girl was freaking adorable, man, freaking adorable. Why her parents were not paying attention, and how Pennywise had this huge influential spell over a whole town of parents and everybody else where they didn't notice this is just hugely suspicious. Your child is going up under the bleachers and all these people sitting up on there. sitting on the bleachers. I mean, I understand that people are cheering and stuff, and it's, would you stop? And it's super, super loud. So of course they probably didn't hear it.
Why are you blocking the
Like
camera?
I don't think they heard it at all, so to say. But the thing is, nobody had to reach down and like grab their drink or tie a shoe and happen to look up under the bleachers and just randomly see this girl going into the dark up under the bleachers by herself. Like, where'd they do that at? Just where? And like, she was freaking adorable. Who does that? And Pennywise played on her fears because she had a little blemish on her cute little face, and he says that he gets picked on too. And of course, kids being that gullible, she went up under there because she felt like he was lonely and needed a friend, because she didn't really have any friends because of her face, which of course, bullies in school is one of my biggest fears for my own son. But still, why?
He ain't gonna have to worry about bullies.
And a creepy clown up under the bleachers as well. It wasn't even the carnival. Like, that's suspicious as hell. TK. Okay, y'all, but I'm really ranting. Like, I feel really, really deep about
That's
this little
that parent
girl.
mode
Like,
coming
she
out, boy.
was freaking adorable.
Yeah, she was though. Like, it was no
he-
excuse, man.
Pennywise bit her face off, y'all.
Oh yeah, he was talking about
bit
some. He was talking about
her face
I can make it all better. I can just blow it all away. I can blow it all away. On the count of 3, I can blow it all away. And so then he basically convinces her to come closer underneath the bleachers where it's darker. And of course he makes it darker because he has those powers, right? So he can make you see whatever he wants you to see. So as he's making it darker, he's saying, you know, just come here, I'll make it better. On the count of 3, I'll blow it all away. And they start counting together. But she notices that Pennywise doesn't say 3. And so, TK, come on, man. You look just as creepy as Pennywise doing that.
Don't say that about our baby.
Yeah, that's right, I know. But anyway, like, so he basically stalls or just sits there staring at her, drooling at the
Hungry.
mouth.
Like he know he about to have a snack.
Right. Drooling at the mouth. And as soon as she says, hey, you didn't say 3.
She didn't even get to finish that sentence though.
Oh, well, it seemed like she did. And
she said, hey, you didn't even say, and then
he just ripped her face off.
A rap.
Like it was done. Like,
and none of the parents even realized what happened to this kid. Nobody reported the kids missing. Nobody said, hey, have you seen my daughter? Nothing like that. Like, nobody notices anything but the losers. TK.
Sir, come on, man.
But I mean, like, that was really, really a sad scene. It broke my heart.
Yeah, she's about to start crying in the theater. I was like, if you don't man up, it's just a movie. They probably use a doll.
However, moving on to one of his favorite highlights in the movie.
Oh yeah, hey. So let me tell you, man. It was this old chick, right? I'm pretty sure y'all seen it in the trailers. Her name is Miss Kirsch. So that was Pennywise. And so if you notice the little hints, not only did she have like these little decaying spots or holes in her body, like where her chest area was, right? But like she had that crazy little depth stare too when she was talking to what was the chick's name?
Beverly Marsh.
Yeah, Beverly Marsh or Bev. And anyway, so as Mrs. Kirsch keeps saying, you know, I put cookies in the oven before you came here. I'm gonna go check on them. And do you want anything to drink? I'm gonna fix some tea too. Bev was like, no, you don't have to worry about that. I'm not gonna be here too long. And blah 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 blah. Anyway, you could tell it was Pennywise because of the way Mrs. Kirsch peeped out of the back. It was already super dark. There was flies on the window, which indicated that it was something dead in the area. When Mrs. Kirsch came back out with the tea, Bev drank the tea, but you could tell it wasn't right because she made that little stink face. So that was a dead giveaway there. But the best part about that entire scene was that she didn't really catch on until the end, but it was already too late because Mrs. Kirsch had already transformed into this giant, super old lady with saggy breasts, pimples all over her nose, skin was already decayed, but she grew like 8 feet or 9 feet or something like that, and was just stomping all through the house, and her eyes kept rolling around in 360 degrees like she was some kind of a rag doll. It was just
and
weird.
Her legs wasn't even straight.
Yeah, nah, her legs was all crooked and stuff, and it was just really goofy and funny how it happened. Like Pennywise fed on a childhood fear of bears, and it was just funny. It was just really funny.
It's just really funny.
Yeah, it was. But this lady right here was getting creeped out by it. You should have seen.
She was hideous.
You should have seen her face in the theater. I wish y'all
She
could
was
have.
hideous. I was like, what the hell is that?
Nah, she didn't even say that. She like, that's how she looked.
Doing all of that.
Nah,
Nobody doing all of that.
You was.
You perving.
Yeah, she was. But it's all good. She always say I'm perfect because she don't want to admit the fact that she was scared. It's okay though. But anyway, another highlight of mine was, I think there was a park where Paul Bunyan was. Wasn't that Paul Bunyan?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was. It was in the park where Paul Bunyan was in the theater or in the movie, and it was really Pennywise, right?
I ain't gonna lie, that was a good jump scare.
Yeah,
when
it was.
Looked to the left and Paul Bunyan, the statue, was like right there.
Yeah, when he looked to the left and Paul was like 16 feet tall, but his face with the metal grindy looking teeth was right there next to the dude's face. Boy, listen, that whole theater was like, whoo! Like, I ain't gonna lie, I was like, whoo! Yeah, that was scary. But the part about it that was funny was how he was just running after the dude swinging his what was that, an axe? I think it was. He had an axe. I think it was an axe. He had an axe that he was swinging and he kept missing, and every time he missed, the Paul Bunyan statue made a sad face. Like, that was just hilarious. Like
he was toying with him.
Yeah, like he was really toying with him, and it you just gotta watch it. Like, that statue was making a sad face every time he missed and didn't get his target. But he got super angry when the guy turned around and acted like he was gonna fight. It was funny. Y'all just gotta see it. Here's Wifey.
Okay, y'all. So the third death scene that happens in the movie, the losers have finally reunited. Bill, the bravest one, and of course, the leader of the pack. They never came out and physically said it, but you could definitely tell who the leader of the pack was.
Yeah.
And it was so sad. Like, he already lost his little brother, and he was like determined to not let Pennywise take the little boy who had just moved into their house, take the second one.
But you know why he lost his little brother. Don't fail to mention that. Like, it was actually his fault. He did it on purpose.
Babe, no, it was not his fault, and they established that in that scene.
But it was his fault because he wasn't really sick. He just didn't want to go outside and play with his brother.
He was sick. He said he was sick, even though he was not sick. However, he addressed that in that scene where they are basically reliving the basement scene with Georgie in chapter 2, when Bill, grown Bill, is up under. Well, he's in the basement. He's in the basement, in the water, basically watching it play out. And adult Bill basically has a conversation with child Bill,
which is actually Pennywise.
Which is where he addresses the fact that he wasn't really sick, even though he told Georgie he was. but he addressed the fact that it was not his fault. He did not set Pennywise up to eat Georgie. And even though Georgie did get caught, which, again, another horrifying death scene.
From the original.
Yes. Bill had to face that fear, and like, he didn't give up on looking for him. He made it basically his, I don't know,
his mission.
Yeah, he made it his mission. He made it his mission to basically save future kids from it, and he went after the new boy who moved into his house when he went to the carnival.
Because it reminded him of Georgie.
Yeah, because the little boy reminded him of Georgie. The only thing with that scene is that somehow along the way of trying to get into the carnival, he loses track of the boy who's running like right behind, which was, again, a Pennywise quote-unquote delay.
Illusion.
Yes. Of getting to another child. I really had hopes that like some child was going to be saved in this movie, which did not happen, which was kind of a bummer. Especially the little kids, the second and third death scene. I mean, the first one matters as well, but the kids, like, they're little kids. And to just have Bill on one side of the mirror, the kid on like the middle part of the glass or whatever, and then Pennywise on the opposite part of the glass. Like, why was he so strong that he was able to break the glass, but Bill's kicking it with his foot and all his might, but he couldn't break the glass? Like, for real?
Because Pennywise is a supernatural being.
I understand that.
So he's going to have powers.
It was just sad. And then the blood and gore, the gruesomeness of it all just splattering on the wall, on the glass. Yeah, it was really gruesome. But my favorite part of this movie was when they kicked Pennywise behind. It went down.
So my favorite... I'm sorry, go ahead.
That death scene of Pennywise when he turned into one of the childlike kids and he couldn't save himself and he knew that it was over for him. Satisfaction.
Yeah, because he started crying like a little girl.
Yeah, he it's like it brought out his inner child.
We're going to try to find the snippets to show y'all. We ain't gonna show the death scenes. Like, we'll show what's leading up to the death scenes, but we won't show the actual death scenes just because, for one, it's supposed to be a family channel. Two, we don't want to get this video. I think it's demonetized. I think it is. That's the terminology for it, or is it monetized? Mm-hmm. One of the two. I gotta look that up. But we don't want to show any blood and gore. But we'll show you what leads up to it, so that you can kind of get that visual effect. And then we'll show you at the end. Because it wasn't gruesome how Pennywise died, but we'll show you at the end what we're talking about, or what my wife was talking about when she said that he was feeling like how the kids felt, because it was amazing. It was an amazing feeling, for real. I was satisfied. So, all right, peace.
So y'all, I mean, I don't really know what else I could say about this video, because if I was to talk about the whole video, we'd be sitting here for some hours.
Man.
So I'm just going to leave it at that and sum it up. And you guys can, comment in how you feel and what you thought about the video. Well, the movie as well. And if you're Stephen King fans, let me know and comment what your favorite Stephen King movie was.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for the notifications. Peace.
All right, y'all. With that being said, it is your girl Brinks.
And your boy Vern.
And TK. And I hope y'all enjoyed.